Alright everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I have another band review for bands compatible with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. So this is going to be my BandRain band review compatible with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, Watch 5, Watch 6, Watch 6 Classic, and Watch 4 Classic. And let's dive right into this. So hopefully after this review, you guys and gals know if this band is worth picking up for your Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. Alright, so I'm going to go over the things that I like about this watch band. I'm going to go over the things that I don't like about this watch band. And then I'm going to talk about the overall pricing and availability and make a final overall recommendation. So without further ado, let's jump into today's full review. Jumping right into it, we're not going to waste any time. Let's talk about the things that I absolutely love about this watch band. So we're going to talk about the positives and negatives of this watch band. Starting off with the positives, I love this Velcro breathable material. Alright? This is perfect for in the gym or sleeping. Right? So that's a big major positive there, and it's actually extremely comfortable on my wrist. Okay. Positive number 2, I love the quick release buttons. All right. This makes it super easy to install watch bands and super easy to change out watch bands. Right. And then positive number 3, this particular watch band was available for a really great price. I'm going to talk about the pricing and availability at the end of the video. So those are all the positives of this watch band. Now, let's talk about the negatives of this watch band. And the biggest negative that I've experienced is the buttons. Now, you remember, if you check out the unboxing and first impressions, I told you guys and gals, I don't like the fact that the buttons are so recessed. Well, it turns out they may not be recessed enough, because I'm running into a big major issue with this smart band where my wrist keeps coming into contact with the quick release buttons and then it pops off, right? So that's a big negative. So I could put it on and I could be using it just like this. Let's say I'm sleeping. Let's say I'm in the gym and then all of a sudden it pops off. So I'm guessing that my wrist is too thick. Like, you see that? That's been happening a bunch of times, right? Like, I guess my wrist is making contact with the button to where it's popping off. So I know in the unboxing and first impressions, I was complaining that it was too recessed. The buttons were too recessed. But it turns out those buttons may not be recessed enough, because y'all wouldn't believe how often that's been happening, where it pops off because my wrist makes contact with the button and then I have to struggle with it and pop it back in. Y'all would not believe how often that's been happening. Here, let me pop it back on so we can finish out this review, right? And I know I praised the quick release buttons for their ease of installation, but that's a problem. That's a big problem, right? Because I'm going to tell y'all what happened. So I was in the gym. It was leg day. So I'm doing my weighted squats. And I got a notification, so I went to check the notification. And all of a sudden, my wrist hits the thing, and it goes flying off my wrist in the gym. So, like, mid-squat, now I have to catch the weight. I have to put it on the rungs because I'm using the Smith machine. And then I have to go pick up the watch off the floor and, make sure it didn't break, first of all, because it kind of like flew off my wrist. And the good thing is like I said in a lot of my other videos, the gym, the Planet Fitness where I work out at, the floor is padded. So although it flew off my wrist, because the floor is padded, it kind of got a cushioned landing, right? But I was scared. I thought, my watch just broke. All right, so because I had to go slow because I'm squatting 50 pounds plus 10 pounds for the bar, so I couldn't just be like, oh snap, and drop the weight because I would have hurt myself. So I had to like slowly stop, put the weight back on the rack, and then get up or stand up and go get the watch. And I'm like, did it break? So I like flipped it over. I checked the buttons. I'm like, no, the buttons look good. I'm like, did the clasping mechanism break here? Did the pins break? No, everything looks good. So I'm like, okay, cool. I took a few minutes, put it back on my wrist, and I finished my workout. Thankfully, it didn't happen again for that workout. But later on the next day, right, I just finished editing a video. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I'm in the bed. All of a sudden, I just hear boop, and it pops off my wrist. So I pop up because I'm thinking like, oh, my phone dropped or something, even though I don't know how my phone would have dropped. And then I pop up, and it's on the floor. It literally, my wrist made contact with the button to where it popped off, just like how y'all saw in the video, and it dropped on the floor. So I'm thinking, oh, snap. I hope it didn't break, because y'all know I got wood floors. So I'm like, oh, snap. I hope it didn't break. I get up, I pick it up. I'm like, oh, praise the Lord. Everything's good. And then I'm thinking, okay, did the pins break? Did something bend? No. Apparently, this portion of my wrist and the tightness level that I like to wear it makes it so it presses down like this, and then the button makes contact with my wrist, and then it pops off. So that's a big negative, right? So I know I was complaining about how recessed the quick release buttons were in the unboxing and how I wish they weren't so recessed, but I guess that's actually a feature, because the more recessed it is, the more unlikely you are for your wrist to make contact with it and it to go popping off. And that is a major negative of this watch band, because it can go flying off at any time. Case in point, so that was a few days ago, and then just today, I'm recording a video in the car, right? In the car, I'm recording a video. And the thing that I love about the Galaxy watches is once you sync them to your phone, you can then use camera controls for the watch. So you can see this is synced to my Pixel Watch. That's the Pixel Watch camera app right there. And you can see, if I turn it on, now I can take photos. I can go in here and I can take videos. So we can go to modes, switch it to videos, and I could take videos, and you can see this is a live viewfinder of the camera app on my Pixel device. So this is super awesome, because then I could set up the camera exactly the way I need it to be, and then check the viewfinder, make sure everything's cool, and then push record and record the video. And then I could push stop and stop the video, and there's the video. So I'm in the car recording a video with the camera set up, right? And the way I have it set up, because I needed to do a little drive test afterwards. So I had the camera set up, I had everything set up, I recorded the video, then I'm like, okay, let me go for a quick drive, because I wanted to test what I was testing real quick, and then add my impressions to the video. And as I go to turn the car on and put the car in gear, once again, my wrist makes contact with the button, and the watch goes flying off my wrist. And that is really unsafe, because then it's like it almost dropped between my foot in the pedals. And if I would have stepped on this, I know it would have broke. It would have broke. I wear a size 10.5. I know I would have broke this watch when I stepped on it. So I was like, oh crap, this is getting unsafe. All right. So thankfully it fell. It fell under my seat. It didn't fall between the pedals. It fell under my seat. So I was just able to push on the brake, put the car in park, and then get out and fish it out. But this is unsafe. This is really unsafe. So that's a major negative for me, and that's a deal breaker negative for me. And honestly, I'm going to be sending this watch band back because it's like, it's still in perfect condition, right? I'm just going to fill out a RNA and do a return and send it back and get my money back. So this one didn't work out, and that was like super scary. I haven't been that scared in a long time. Like, I suffer from really bad anxiety, and one of the things that I absolutely hate doing, because it pushes my anxiety through the roof, is driving, right? I hate driving with a passion. It's also very sad because I love cars with a passion as well, and in particular, I love EVs. But I hate driving with a passion because it forces me, when I drive, it forces me into like ultra focus, ultra instinct mode. So like I'm like super aware, and depending on how long I have to drive, it actually gives me a headache because of how much I have to focus on my surroundings, focus on what I'm doing. And so when things don't work out the way I need them to, especially when I'm driving, it makes me super scared, right? And for this to do that while I was about to drive, that's a no. That's almost a hell no. No. So it's time for this to go back, and that's a major negative there. And I would have to equate that to the fact that these quick release buttons are not recessed enough. Okay? Now, y'all can see from my other quick release watch band, I didn't have any problems with that. I wore that for a week and a half straight, no problems. And I did complain that it was deeply recessed, but now I see the benefits of having that deep recession. Okay? So that's a major negative. The buttons are not recessed enough. Okay? So we went over the positives. We went over the negatives. I have the full list of either up in post, so y'all can pause the video and feel free to read whatever list that you would like to know more about. And one thing I want everyone to keep in mind is I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be. So if you decide to pick up this watch band still for your Samsung Galaxy Watch device, and you experience a positive and or a negative that I did not mention, leave that down below in the comments, because all feedback is greatly appreciated, and only through providing our feedback can we get improvements on the products that we spend our hard-earned money on. Okay? So let's now move on to the final part of this video. Let's talk pricing. Let's talk availability. Let me get into my final thoughts, and let me make an overall recommendation. So, pricing wise, right? I picked up this watch band from Amazon, and before taxes, it was $8.99. After taxes, it came up to just over $9. I think the official price was $9.62. So just under $10. I'll have my digital receipt thrown up in post, because you guys and gals know I'm all about keeping it straight 100 around here. Right? And I think as of the recording of this video, it's still available for the same price. Let me pull up the live listing on my tablet here. So let me go to my orders. All right, let me go to the watch band, and let me pull up the live listing here. Yep. So yeah, it's still available for the same price. So they got a variety of different colors. They're all gonna be $8.99, so $9, right? And at that price, that is a great price. But for me, can I recommend that you guys and gals pick this watch band up? For me, I'm going to have to say no. Okay? If you have a wrist similar size to mine, now I would consider myself as having small hands and a small wrist, but some of y'all may say otherwise. But if you guys and gals have a wrist size or a hand size similar to mine, then you may run into that same issue that I ran into. And at that point, that means that anytime your watch can go flying off of your wrist. And this is a lot of money, right? Granted, this was $100 for me, and this regularly goes on sale for like between $65 and $100, but that's still a lot of money, okay? And nobody wants to waste $100. And for the simple fact that you can just be doing anything, and this can make contact with your wrist and go flying off, that means that you may potentially break your watch. And then not only is your watch band investment null and void, but now your watch is broken and your watch investment is null and void. And that's all because of the bad quick release button design. Like, this should be more recessed. It should be deeply recessed to the point where the only thing that makes contact on my wrist when I put the watch on is the heart rate sensor and the EKG sensor. That's the only thing that should be making contact with my wrist when I put the watch on. The button should not be making contact with my wrist when I put the watch on. That's why you have this indentation that when you put the watch on, it's supposed to rest flat on your wrist, and then these buttons should be up in this cavity where it doesn't touch. Right? So, for me, can I recommend that you guys and gals pick up this watch band? I'm going to have to say no. At least in my experience, this is a no-go for me. But that being said, everybody's experience is different. Y'all may pick this up and not have any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the affiliated buy links, like I always do, down below in the video description. And even after watching this review, if you guys and gals feel like you want to take the chance and pick up this watch band for your Samsung Galaxy Watch device, get it from the links in the description. When you use the affiliated links down below in the video description, I do get a small percentage of kickback at no additional cost to you guys and gals. So using those affiliate links does go towards helping out the channel at no additional cost to you guys and gals. Right? So can I recommend y'all pick this one up? No. But am I still going to provide purchasing links in case you decide to? Yes. And that, guys and gals, does it for today's video. So I'm gonna box this up. I hate doing returns, but I'm gonna box this up because it's basically still brand new and I still got the package. And I'm going to go ahead and do a return on Amazon, and I'm gonna get my money back. Y'all might be saying, yo, E, it's only $10. You gonna do a return for $10? Yes, I am. Cause money is money, man. It doesn't matter what amount of money it is. Could be $10, could be $20, could be $100, could be $300. Money is money. All right? We all have to work hard to make it, and we all get to spend it how we want to. And I feel like this was a bad investment, so it's time to send it back and get my money back. That's it. That being said, that does it for today's video. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed the video. I hope you guys and gals found it helpful. If you did, you know what to do. I hope everyone is having a great day out there. I hope you guys and gals are staying safe out there. And I will catch everyone in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. We're out of here. Peace. All right. Oh, man. I don't even know which watch band I want to put on now. Because I'm in love with the Velcro and the nylon. And the only other nylon one I have has the regular quick release pins in it, and it doesn't have the quick release buttons, so I'm gonna have to struggle with those quick release pins. I might just do it because I prefer to have the nylon breathable material when I'm sleeping or when I'm going on about my day, so I might just do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys and gals in the next video. Have a good one. We're out of here, everyone. Peace.